Well, today we're going to do a little garden update, and I thought we would take a look first at the bean plants that are going to be going in the next couple weeks. These beans, oh, and I do have one beet right there that somehow got in there. These beans, green beans, are going to be going in. I think I'm going to put them in here. I harvested a number of beans yesterday from the far side plant, and then I have to get in here to get a bunch of these beans. As you might be able to see, that there are clusters of them, and before they get knuckly, I mean, these are perfect. These are absolutely beautiful. This garden back here has been quite a surprise. I used to have some really tall, 10-foot tall, 8-foot tall trees back here that I transplanted when I thought we were going to put an addition on the house. So every year they would drop their leaves, and those leaves would just go into the soil. All I've done with the soil is a little bit of 10-10-10 to start. You can see the broccoli here. These are just two of the plants that are up front. I'm really paying attention to these heads though. They're nice and tight. I've been spraying these with cool water when it gets really hot when I get home from work, just to make sure that they don't bolt. But all in all, I mean, I got a big hand, but that's much larger than a softball. So well, I don't know. It's a little bigger than a softball. So I'm going to let these go just a little bit longer. I'm not looking for them to get much bigger, but I do want to make sure that I watch as any of these flowers, these little flowerets, start even giving the appearance that they might start opening or protruding where they might open. I'm going to pull it. I would actually, this one, looking at it, I think this one might get pulled today, because I'm looking at some of these little flowerets here that are just starting to nudge out. It's supposed to be really hot this weekend, upper 80s. I don't want to trigger a bolt, so I think I may just harvest these two here. Like I said, this area has been fantastic. I've got in the back here, I've got a row. You can see that I've got a row of broccoli here. There's my kale I've shown you in other videos. However, this broccoli here, which hasn't done much, you can see something's been eating at it. And I was looking for the cabbage looper to see if the caterpillar excuse me, was on here, and I couldn't find one the other day, but there does seem to be more damage to it. This plant isn't getting the sunlight, so I may transplant it and spray it, but just trying to find if there's any signs of that cabbage looper, and I don't see it. I don't see it at all. But we have small heads on those over there. These tomato plants are doing great, and I think one of the big differences this year is pruning them. And I've watched so many videos on YouTube on pruning. As you can see down in here, I mean, I've taken these plants up quite a bit. That's about a good foot up. And then I've pruned these tomato plants, and we have fruit that's setting on there, as you can tell. But and we're getting lots of flowers. These are producing very nicely, and I've been taking the time to make sure I tie them off. I have 2 stakes for one plant, and so you can see that I've been trimming these to get airflow, and like this will probably get trimmed. I'll go in with a pair of scissors and cut those, and it's been making a big difference. I've been spending a lot of time weeding, and I want to make sure that I really get the weeds under control. This next month we'll be taking our family vacation. We'll be going to Acadia National Forest for a week, maybe a little more than a week, and Bar Harbor and that area. never been to Maine, so we're going to try that. But I've gone on vacation other years where I've come back to just a forest of weeds. I want to make sure that everything's rototilled, taken care of, and I'll have one of the neighborhood kids come and water. We're gonna, speaking of neighborhood kids, my own kids, I'm gonna have help me get in here and pull these beans. I tore my meniscus running on Monday, and unfortunately I'm pretty much a cripple right now. I can't really do much of anything except for hobble around. So as you see that these tomato plants over here, this one here is just a little bit smaller. I think they're all the same. Many of these I picked up from a friend of my wife's who she works with, and these weren't ones that I purchased, but they're doing very well. I think they are better boys, and as I said earlier, the one on the end down there, I really don't know what that is. The leaves are different. Almost looks like the larger leaves of some type of heirloom, but I'm not sure what it is. We'll see once the fruits start ripening. Brussels sprouts are doing well. Slow to grow. They really do not like the heat at all, so I've been trying to keep them cool. And once we harvest the beans and get those all picked, and the broccoli, I'll get a little bit more room in here. And then this secondary crop, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the secondary crop down in the other garden now that that's finally dried out from all the rain. So as you see, we've got got a nice tight head on that one. That one is probably going to get picked as well. That's about, from this distance here, which is about 5 feet, looks to be softball size. And I'm just looking at those little flowerets on top, and I want to make sure that does not bolt. So it's just better to pull it. And then the kale we've been eating, and we've been going, I'll take 3 or 4 stalks off of the kale, and my wife has been using those in her little silver bullet, NutriBullet blender, food blender thing that she's been making these shakes, believe it or not, kale shakes with yogurt and stuff and fruit, and it actually is really good. So she's been eating that. So today's video will just be an update on this garden here up by the house, and you can see that we have, this is a Roma plant, and you can see we have lots of fruit setting on here. Lots of fruit setting on there. Smaller plant. This one I don't know what it is, but we'll get these all figured out. I think that's a better boy or something. But this garden's doing very well. We'll be harvesting a little bit later today, but just a quick update on how this one's looking. On we'll have a video later on the garden below. Air conditioner just turned on, so it's time for me to go. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video when we update you on the other garden.